Once again, Survivor is taking the most groundbreaking show ever in a new direction. This time, for the first time ever, 18 people will compete on 3 tribes based on the qualities they most rely on in their daily lives. The Brain Tribe. With an average IQ of 130, these 6 individuals use their intellect to achieve their goals. Survivor has always been about outwit, and as the Brain Tribe, that's what we do. I mean, this game you've got to be willing to pull people's strings, and that's exactly what I'm going to try and achieve in this game. Being a doctor isn't an easy game. Survivor isn't an easy game. I'm built for this game. I've got the right amount of wit. I'm a smart player. I have what it takes to win. The Beauty Tribe. These 6 individuals rely on their looks to get what they want. This game, you need to manipulate people, and I truly believe with my looks, I can achieve that quite easily. So yeah, I think I've got an advantage over the competition. So I own a cafe, and my one rule I really have for my employees is that they have to be social. So I pride myself on having a good social game, and the social game is mainly overlooked. So I'm going to try and win, primarily by making alliances, and I think I can do that. And the Brawn Tribe. These 6 individuals rely on strength to overcome challenges. Survivor requires a lot of skills that you need to be able to win this game, but primarily it's a survival-based game, and that's where the Brawn Tribe is absolutely going to carry. We are the strongest tribe, and yeah, camp life should be swimming for us. We should be just laying in it. As a part of the Brawn Tribe, we like to get our hands dirty. We don't mind getting our hands dirty, and that's how we're going to win challenges. We're going to beat the competition, and at the end of the day, we'll be sitting at camp enjoying some nice food while everyone else is at Tribal Council voting their asses off. Brain versus Brawn versus Beauty. They will compete for the Battle of Soul Survivor in the foothills of the Andes. Which trait will prove the most valuable? In the end, only one will remain to claim the $1 million and the title of Soul Survivor. 39 days, 16 people, but only one survivor. Welcome, the 18 of you, to the 6th season of Survivor. Yeah! Welcome to Patagonia. Alright, guy in the front here. Yes, Jeff. So, this is the first time we've had 18 people, and you're split into 3 interesting tribes. What do you notice? Well, we're the beautiful ones, they're the nerds, and they're the, well, I suppose they're the jocks. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the Brain Tribe, this is the Beauty Tribe, and this is the Brawn Tribe. That's our season's twist. Brain versus Brawn versus Beauty. Need I say any more? Here's a map to your tribe. Grab your stuff, head out. This game is on. So this season's twist seems to be Brain versus Brawn versus Beauty. This is going to be great. I'm on the Brawn Tribe. I value my strength as a key aspect to my game, so this makes perfect sense. This is going to be a fun season. I'm ready for it. So this is camp. Yeah, should we start with introductions? Suppose that makes sense. Alright, I'll start. Hi guys, I'm Ethan, and I work in human resources. Hi, I'm Madison, I'm a doctor. Hey guys, I'm Phil, I'm a university professor. What school? Harvard. Wow, really? Well, that's astonishing. Okay, So, it seems like the Brain tribe seems to be smart in the real world, but not very smart out here in Survivor. I get Phil, he's smart, obviously. He's a university professor at Harvard, but why would you tell us this? I mean, like, I'm not going to tell them that I'm actually a university student from Oxford, am I? Because, well, I am. I'm not going to tell them that because that will put a threat on my back. So Phil is immediately on my radar. Hey, I'm Eva, and like Madison, I'm a doctor in training. Interesting. Well, I'm Peter, and I'm a chess master. Well, that leaves me. Hey, I'm Kelly. I'm a paramedic, but like Madison, I'm also trying to get into, well, become a doctor. Well, the 3 girls on this tribe are trying to be doctors. Real original. At the moment, there seems to be a very obvious opportunity and a connection between me, Eva, and Emily. We're all in med school. We're all training to be doctors while I'm a doctor. Those two are training. So it's a very obvious alliance there, and it's almost too obvious if you ask me. Like, it's very obvious for the boys to predict that we're just going to get together to the point where, you know, it's probably unreliable for me to work with those 3 because they're obviously just going to look at us and probably target us saying, oh, these guys are just going to work together, take them out as quickly as possible. Interesting. What is it? Well, this rock face. We might be able to use it to help us with our shelter. Like, if we balance one into it, try and connect it to the stuff up there, we might be able to make a little bit out here and we'll have a shelter. Yeah. Saves supplies, we can try and do that. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. So, when it comes to building shelter, my idea is to work smarter, not harder. We got this rock face here. That will provide half the job for us, essentially. Going down there. It's pretty good. Alright, Phil, I think this is a good idea. Alright, awesome. You know, it's not the greatest looking shelter, I'll put it out there. It's a bit on an angle, it's a bit lopsided. Might not be the sturdiest thing, but it will do. We're a Brain tribe, we're not a Brawn tribe. It's not really our job. And now that the shelter's built, I can now start to really start to play what this game really is, and that's primarily an outwit game, but first of all you need social game, and I don't know who I'm really going to work with off the bat, so this early part, maybe a little bit of observation is the smartest thing. So what do you think of the game so far? I think it's great. I think we've got a good tribe. So obviously, don't want to, you know, point it out too early, but we're both, well, kind of doctors at the moment. I believe they're about forming an alliance. Makes sense. Should we try and get Kelly on board yet? Well, I don't know. I mean, I could try and have a talk with Kelly. The thing I'm worried about is that if all 3 of us get together, it's very obvious. Yeah, I guess that may keep things low. I think we should target Phil. What? Target Phil? Yeah, I heard what you said. It's just a bit abrupt, don't you think? Like, we just got here, you know, should we just, like, get to socialize? Yeah, but I'm just thinking, you know, you got Phil. He really helped the shelter. He's going to be a social player. He's a Harvard professor. It just makes sense. In my opinion, the most rational move at the moment is to take out Phil. He's the oldest player by a long shot, so he'd be a liability in challenges. He helped the shelter a lot, so he's quite social. He's got faith with the entire tribe, which will be the hard part, because if he is so good at, you know, around camp, maybe we shouldn't take him out. However, he's going to be a big threat later on if he gets going because of how strategic he could be. So I think taking him out early makes sense. Hey Kelly, can I talk to you? Sure. Alright. This might come across as a bit overwhelming, but my plan earlier on in the game was to, like, obviously you got the 3 girls, little doctors kind of, and I was going to try and make an alliance with one of you. So I was going to go up to talk to both of you individually to see which one I'd probably be better off working with. And you want to talk to me? Yeah, I talked with Eva, and yeah, she was fine, but she was so gung-ho and, like, playing the game aggressively and taking out Phil. So, yeah, that's a bit weird. It's a bit early, don't you think? Exactly my point. So she's going to be a massive threat later on, and I think too overwhelming for me to play with. Yeah, I think you should work with me. I'll be a little bit more laid back and a bit rational, if that makes sense. Totally. So I think if the 2 of us work together, I mean, it's a bit early. I know I'm trying to take Eva out because she's a big threat. Well, starting to become a big threat, but I think the 2 of us could connect well together. Yeah, I agree. So Madison goes up to me and Eva individually, seeing who she can work with a lot better. So Eva tries the let's take out these people, let's kill them all approach, and obviously that takes Madison by surprise. So she wants to work with me, and I'm down to play more chilled back if it means I gain an ally early. So this is a great start for me. Me and Madison should be able to go a long way in this game, but it is only 2 people versus a potential 4-person alliance. Those other 4 if they decide to get together. So the job's not done, however it's a step in the right direction. So this is camp. Yeah, so introductions first. Well, as much as I like hard work, we just got here, so introductions make sense. Introductions is one of the most important, if not the most important, start to the game you can get. If you don't pay attention here, you don't know who you can work with. So this is the real time when you need to pay attention, because it can help you massively going forward. So as a Brawn person, doesn't really make sense. You should just get straight to the shelter, I believe, but rationally, it makes sense to listen up and just get straight to introductions. Hey guys, I'm Tom, and I'm a professional judo coach. Professional? How professional? Olympic level. Wow. Congratulations. Thank you. Hey guys, I'm Laura, and I'm a professional trainer. I'm Sophie, and I'm a carpenter. I'm Ben, and I'm a Special Force Marine. Interesting. Hey, I'm Amanda, and technically the same job as Ben, just female variant. Oh, cool. And I'm Roger, and I'm a farmer. Don't let the cowboy hat fool you. I'm not a cowboy, I'm a farmer. I just like the style. And look, it does look cool. So, there's a little secret that I'm not going to really let anybody know. My wife is Carol from season 5 and 3. Yeah, big news, wow. I'm a wife of a Survivor player. And she did well her 2 times, and I think, well, I've got the physical game over her, so maybe I should give it a spin, and they let me in. I'm on the Brawn tribe, and yeah, let's just see how it goes. I'm gonna throw my hand at this game and see what happens. Alright guys, alright, get ready to flip. 1, 2, 3. Well, it's not anything beautiful, but it will sure do. It's a bit boring, don't you think? Well, I'm not picky, you're entitled to change it. As a Brawn player, I don't like the shelter at all. I mean, look at it, it looks awful. And that goes down to the planning of Roger. I mean, he decided, well, let's make it simple, and we all agreed, and then it just turned out like this. I mean, I guess get concealed energy for the challenge, but we're already Brawn players. We should be owning the challenges either way. So I think we could do better. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Ben, what do you want? Well, I don't want to really jump to conclusions, but we have similar jobs, and we're on the same tribe. It makes sense to see if we can try and form an alliance. I mean, I have really nothing against you at this early moment, so yeah, I'm fine with that. I don't mind Ben. I mean, he might be a big threat later on because of the way he's playing the game earlier on, but, you know, it doesn't really affect me. I'm not picky who I'm going to work with. If I want a person gone and somebody else wants the same person gone, it doesn't matter who the hell they are. I'm just going to work with them anyway because, quite frankly, I don't really care. This is the way I want to play Survivor, and the more connections I have at the end, the higher chance I think I have of winning. So working with Ben there's nothing bad about that, is there? Guys, I caught a fish. Oh, awesome. Oh, what kind of fish looks like that? It's just the fish I caught. We're gonna eat something, right? It just looks a bit gross. I don't want to eat that. You can go hungry then. Alright, I love what you've done with the new shelter, by the way. Yeah, I haven't done anything yet. Well, why not? Well, because no one wanted to help me. Look, I'll be willing to help if you want to change it. I don't really want your help. Alright, well, I'm going to take a nap, get ready for the challenge, even though it's a while away. Just go do what you want, I guess. So at the moment, it's not major, but there's a bit of infighting in the tribe. And it's a bit early on, between 2 people are very different, you know, Roger and Sophie. And they've clashed a couple times around the shelter, around the food, and Roger is going out there helping with the tribe, and I respect him for that. However, that means he's going to be a massive threat later on. So if it comes down between those 2, I think it might be better off working with Roger. As much as Sophie might piss some people off, I just think Roger's going to be too much of a threat later on, so getting them out early might make more sense. Dude, what's Sophie's problem? She's young. How young did she say she was? She didn't really specify, but I got 19 from her. Well, adolescence is a form of mental illness. Jesus. Anyway, hey, Are you, like, you're going around this really calmly. Are you just being annoyed by Sophie? Not really. People can do what they want to do. I mean, she doesn't have to like what I do. If she wants to change the shelter, she can go for it. I mean, if we fight, it just destroys tribe unity. I'm sure after the challenge, if we win it, we can try and put our differences aside. Alright. God, that's good. Hey Roger, I don't mind working with you. We seem similar ages, if that makes sense. We share similar ideologies, if that makes sense as well. Yeah, I don't mind working with you, Tom, either. You're a hard worker, it makes sense. Roger's the oldest in the tribe. He's done a lot already, and it's day one, which worries me because I feel like he's going to burn a lot of energies in his first few days going into the challenge, but he seems like a guy you want to keep around. He seems like a guy who'll have your back, and overall, makes sense to work with him. Sophie at the moment is probably my first target. She is quite arrogant and ignorant. I mean, Roger like doesn't hate her though, which is surprising because I think I would have butted head by now with her. But hopefully he's right that just trying to avoid as much fighting as possible will hopefully keep the tribe unified, so going into that challenge will be fine. So at the moment, Roger seems like a perfect person to align myself with, and I feel like I'm going smoothly in this game. So this is camp. What should we start with? Introductions make sense to me. Alright, well, I'm down for that. I'll start. Hey, I'm Tina, and I'm a cafe manager. I'm Damien, and I'm a fashion model. Hey, I'm Abby, and I'm an actor. Hey guys, I'm Nick, and I'm a police officer. I'm Ashley, and I'm a hairdresser. And I'm AJ, and I'm a music producer. I don't want to really state out the obvious, but I'm definitely the strongest in my tribe. I mean, Abby, she could have some, you know, stunt actor kind of strength to her if that is a real thing. Damien seems like the other strong one, but I feel like I'm gonna have to carry my tribe in challenges. Not that that's a problem at all. It probably keeps me around for a few tribal councils if my tribe is rational. So yeah, I'm completely fine with this. Alright, so my plan is try and get this thing up on these two things here. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, where did everyone else go? Oh god, I have no idea. Well, I'm just wondering if we're the only three working on the shelter. Alliance? Yeah, I don't mind proposing one. Yeah, I'm fine with doing it. If we're going to be the only three doing this, you guys are the only people I really want to work with at this moment. So, me, Nick, and Damien are the only people that really work on the shelter, and I think that's a bit rude from my perspective. And I feel like AJ, Ashley, and Abby could have at least helped out a little bit. And so, obviously, I want to make an alliance with those two boys because at the moment they're the people who I've connected with, and they helped out with the shelter, and I think that's fair. You know, if those other three want to go out, talk to each other, or do anything that doesn't contribute to the tribe, and that puts them in a bad position, I don't really give a hint of mercy for that. That's their problem. Yeah, come on, where is it? Hey AJ. Oh, hey girls. What are you doing? You guys got me. I was looking for the idol. Oh, really? Well, it doesn't hurt to try, does it? So, everything's going super great. Yeah, totally. Everything's amazing. I haven't been caught looking for the idol or anything. Okay, cut the crap. Yeah, I'm really angry in myself, personally. However, I feel even worse for Ashley and Abby, because they didn't really do anything, but they just stumbled upon me looking for the idol. So unfortunately, they become my first targets. Sorry, but they were just in the wrong place at the wrong time. I can't really do anything about this. Hopefully they don't tell anybody. But yeah, they become my first targets just because they found me. I was a bit suspicious. Yeah, so what do we do? Do you think we tell them? I don't know, because if we don't tell them, we could have a potential alliance with them. And, you know, that could be a good thing. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So, me and Abby discovered that AJ was looking for the idol, which is a bit odd because we just started the game. So that obviously makes him look untrustworthy. So we've got two options. We can either tell the tribe, get them to target him, keeps us safe, keeps everybody safe. However, it could put me and Abby into a bad position because I think we're going to work together, and if the other three discover that we're working together, they might want to target us, and then we really can't do anything about it. Or we could try and work with AJ and not tell anybody about the idol that he's got. which could also be a pretty good idea. So we've got some options here. It's not really the way you would think it would go, but it's the hand that survivors dealt us, so we've got to come up with an idea now. You guys, oh, hey AJ, what do you want? Well, I wanted to talk to you about something I noticed. What did you notice? Well, Ashley and Abby, they're quite close. And I don't know, if you go back to the past and the last 5 seasons and in different variants of Survivor, 2 people working together, sharing a brain is dangerous. Yeah, see where you're coming from. So you want to work with us to take them out? Yeah, to me that makes sense. It's a smart move in my opinion. You can take out 2 people who become bigger threats later on. So 3 people ran off when me, Nick, and Tina were building the, well, shelter. And they were AJ, Ashley, and Abby. I don't trust either of them. However, AJ comes up to us saying that though Ashley and Abby were working together, and I'm just thinking, well, who the fuck, okay? Obviously that makes sense. And yeah, so it makes sense to take them out. However, I do want to hear the pitch of my allies, because at the same time, we don't really trust AJ either. So what do you guys think? I'm not a big AJ fan, I must admit. Yeah, I mean, we don't trust him. I guess he was one of the 3 people who ran off while we were building the shelter, but at the same time, we don't really trust Ashley and Abby. And if he is right about those 2 working together, it kind of makes sense to take him out. Yeah, taking them out might be smart. However, I do want to hear a pitch from Abby and Ashley. Yeah, I mean, get both sides of the perspective. If they are working together, a 5 is much stronger than a 4. So early on, I love my alliance. We seem very unified. We seem that we consider everyone's options. We talk about the best possible move. And that's what I think a solid alliance is really looking for. So I have faith that the 3 of us are going to make it deep into this game. Are you ready to get to your first immunity challenge? Yeah. Okay, for today's challenge, all the members of each tribe will race across this small obstacle course. Once all 6 members are at the other side, you will select 1 thrower to throw the sword at your assigned colored gem. If you knock down the gem, you win immunity safe from the vote. Losers tribal council, where somebody will be the first person voted out for this game. Alright, I'll give you guys a moment to strategize and we'll get started. Okay, everybody's in position. Survivors ready? Go! It's neck and neck at the moment between Phil, AJ and Sophie. As we get deeper into the obstacle course, AJ has a slight lead over Phil and Sophie. AJ is now starting to extend his lead over Phil and Sophie. Sophie, who is part of the Brawn tribe, is in 2nd place, but at the moment they're still winning immunity. Phil is massively behind at the moment. Brain tribe need to pick it up. AJ has finished the obstacle course. The next person can go. Meanwhile, Phil and Sophie are still struggling. Tina is out on the course now for the beauty tribe. Meanwhile, Phil may have just closed the gap on Sophie. Tina is working through the challenge now. Meanwhile, Phil and Sophie finish at the same time. The next member for Brawn and Brain can go. Tina is now getting deeper into the course. Meanwhile, Eva and Roger are working hard to fight back for their respective tribes. Tina has a big lead, so she can afford to go a little bit slow. Meanwhile, Roger has just slightly overtaken Eva, putting the Brawn tribe in 2nd place. Both Eva and Roger have actually caught up to Tina just a little bit. Eva is still behind though. They've basically all caught up now. It's anybody's challenge at the moment. Tina has finished the challenge now. Eva is almost finished. Roger has almost finished as well. The next person from the beauty tribe can go though. Ashley is out on the course now. Meanwhile, Eva and Roger have just finished the challenge, meaning the Brain and Brawn tribe is still neck and neck in this challenge. Ashley is getting through the course. Meanwhile, Laura and Peter are out on the course for their respective tribes. Ashley is going a bit slow, which opens the door for Laura to catch up. Peter is now behind. All of a sudden, Laura overtakes Ashley. This is what the Brawn tribe should have been. Laura now starting to extend that gap over Ashley. Peter is still behind. He needs to pick it up. Laura has finished. The next person from the Brawn tribe can go. Ashley has slow down to get to the end, opening the gate for Peter now. Ben is now out on the course for Brawn Tribe. Ashley has finished the obstacle course and the next member of the Beauty Tribe can go. Peter has almost finished the obstacle course. Abby is now on the course for the Beauty Tribe. Ben continues to extend that lead for the Brawn Tribe, and Peter has finished for the Brain Tribe. The next member of the Brain Tribe can go. Ben is currently flying through this course. Abby is trying to keep up a good pace, and Madison has started the course now. Ben has almost finished the course. Abby is getting her way through the course. Madison is trying to fight back for her tribe, who are in last place. Ben has finished the course. The next person from the Brawn Tribe can go. Meanwhile, Abby and Madison are fighting out for second place. Abby and Madison are now neck and neck. Meanwhile, Amanda is flying through this course now for the Brawn Tribe. Amanda continues to try and track down the other competitors. Meanwhile, Madison has actually overtaken Abby, putting the Beauty Tribe in last place. Amanda continues to fly through this course. Madison has finished the course. Abby is about to finish the course. Abby has finished the course now. The next member of the Beauty Tribe can go. Amanda has almost finished the course. Ethan is now out on the obstacle course. The Beauty Tribe are behind by a long way now. Amanda has finished the course, meaning Tom can go. Meanwhile, it's between Damien and Ethan, still battling out for second place. Damien needs to pick it up though. Tom is now on the course and he is flying along. Meanwhile, it's still a battle between Damien and Ethan for second place. Tom has caught up to his competitors. Meanwhile, Damien and Ethan are still battling it out. Tom has finished, which means the Brawn Tribe can move on to the next part of this challenge. But it's between Damien and Ethan, who are neck and neck at the moment. Ethan and Damien finished at the last time, which means it's between Nick and Kelly now. Alright guys, who's the best at throwing? Oh, I don't know, you should do it. I can't throw. I'm not great at throwing. Oh god, I'll do it. Roger is throwing for the Brawn Tribe. Meanwhile, Nick and Kelly are out in the course for their respective tribes, but it's Nick in the lead, pushing the Brawn Tribe back. Roger's first throw misses. Nick and Kelly are still racing, but Nick is still holding that maintained lead. Roger's got the sword again, which took some time to collect. This opens the door for Nick and Kelly. Roger throws. He misses again, too far this time. Damn, this is a bit like my golf. Just calm down, man, you got this. Roger is now collecting his tribe's sword, ready to take his third throw. Nick has finished the obstacle course meanwhile. Who's gonna do it? I'll do it. Kelly still hasn't finished, but she's near the end. Nick and Roger are about to throw. Meanwhile, Kelly finishes. I'll do it. Alright, great, you do it. Roger's throw misses again, too short this time. Nick's throw knocks it off first try, meaning the Beauty Tribe win immunity. Now we're looking for second place. Roger is bringing back the sword. Kelly, meanwhile, has her first shot. Kelly's first throw misses. This opens the door for Roger. He has to hit. Roger's throw misses again. That's 4 in a row. Alright, Roger, I'll have a go. Yeah, you might need to. The Brawn Tribe. It's now changing throwers. This is an utter catastrophe at the moment. Kelly's second throw now. Tom is ready for his first throw. But Kelly knocks it over, meaning it's too late for the Brawn Tribe, which means the Beauty and Brain Tribe win immunity, safe from the vote. Congratulations, Beauty and Brawn Tribe, on winning immunity. You guys are safe from the vote. As for the Brawn Tribe, it's a tribal council tonight where somebody will be the first person voted out for this game. Alright, grab your stuff, we're back to camp. Brawn Tribe, I'll see you guys tonight. You know, in a challenge that was back and forth, it's pretty good to step up and get the job done for my tribe. We're not going from tribe to tribal, and that's a great feeling. Yeah, the challenge wasn't pretty for me. I couldn't throw the sword correctly. I mean, I don't want to point fingers, but I was one of the only people who put my hand up. No one wanted to do it. And then when I missed, they were like, oh, actually, no, we can have a go now. So that kind of pisses me off. But I just gotta play my cards. I would understand if they went to try and vote me out. I mean, yeah, they screwed up. You know, it's a bad loss. It's probably because of me, so I'm a bit nervous tonight. look, guys, I don't want to point fingers, but that wasn't a great performance from Roger. I mean, he's done a lot around here, but can we really work with him as a tribe going forward? I mean, come on, give the guy some credit. He was the only person to put his hand up, really. Yeah, but we didn't know how to throw either. So yeah, I guess that aspect is correct. But he blew it. He simply threw the challenge. We had a lead. All he had to do was steady his arm, and he would have knocked it down. It's so simple. Why didn't you try it? Well, because I honestly thought someone else would stand up, but when he stood up, I was like, well, maybe he knows what he's doing, but he didn't. Credit where credit's due. Roger did put his hand up. Okay, I'll give him that. However, he put his hand up so instantly we all think he can actually do this, but he didn't. He blew it, and just tells us he's got to go home. He's the weakest player on our tribe. On the Brawn tribe, that's not a good look. We lost the first challenge. That's not acceptable. So I'm voting for the person who costed us the challenge. Plain and simple. I'm sorry, Roger has done a lot, although some of the stuff he has done hasn't been effective, and that challenge just proves it. Look, guys, we need to vote Sophie. Why her? Well, she's a liability around camp. She argues with Roger, who's done a lot, and Roger did blow it in the challenge, okay? I'll put it out there, so if it comes down to it, I don't mind taking him out. However, I just think, overall, just because he sold in the throwing is not a Brawn, doesn't make him any less weak than us. I mean, throwing is not a Brawn skill. No, I agree with Tom. I think we need to get rid of Sophie. Well, in my opinion, Roger, yes, like you said, he is still a strong player, and that potentially levels him up with us. He's also very social as well, and if we take him further into the game, say merge, that's dangerous. You understand that? Yeah, I'm kind of on Laura's side here. We need to come up with a decision quickly, because Tribal's coming up, and it's either going to be one of those two. So, yeah, it's between Roger and Sophie tonight, so it's up to me, Tom, Amanda, and Laura to come up with the best possible choice. My opinion, I agree with Tom. Sophie's got to go. I prefer Roger 100 times more than her. I find her arrogant. However, Laura does bring up a good point. Roger is still a strong player, regardless of the performance today. And taking him to the merge with the social and physical threat he poses is dangerous. I mean, he's easy to like. He's hard to hate. And that's a dangerous flaw. That makes him dangerous long term. So the decision could be who you really need to work with long term. Roger's dangerous long term, but Sophie long term could break tribe unity. So me, Tom, Ben, and Amanda seem to be split. I want Sophie to stay, not because I like her, because like I said, I think Roger is a bigger social threat than her, and that's more dangerous in my opinion at the moment. And he kind of threw, I mean, yeah, Tom's point is valid that throwing is not really a Brawn skill, which makes sense, but overall, we shouldn't have lost that challenge, and I believe it was down to him. So in my opinion, I think Tom and Laura are pretty split with their decisions. I think Tom's voting Sophie, and I think Laura's voting Roger. So if we're split as well, it's going to be a tied vote. Yeah, I see that. I mean, well, Roger really contributes around camp. And challenge, he's a bit of a liability, but overall, Sophie's not any better physically. Yeah, I think Roger is stronger. However, Laura has a valid point that Roger is going to be a social threat later on. So tonight's tribal is necessarily up to me and Ben, because Sophie and Laura are going to be voting Roger, and Tom and Roger are going to be voting for Sophie. So whoever me and Ben vote for, that's really what's going to happen. It's going to be 4-2, really. And so both bring up valid points. Roger contributes around camp a lot more. Socially, he could be easy to work with more than Sophie. Sophie's easy to hate. However, Laura's points are valid as well. And that's what makes things difficult tonight, is the long-term effect of this game. We're only day 3 in, and now we're already thinking about what's best for our long-term game. It's a bit weird, but I suppose that's just the effect this game has on me. Hey guys. Hey Roger. I wouldn't be surprised if my name's out there. Yeah, to be honest, man, it is. Yeah, well, what do you want us to do? Well, obviously not vote for me is probably the main thing I want you to do. And I just think Sophie You know, I don't think I'm weaker than Sophie. I may have botched it in the throwing part of the challenge, but I think Sophie's weaker than me. And she doesn't contribute around the camp. I brought fish, I helped with the shelter. She's done nothing but be better this entire time. Yeah, I see your point. That makes sense. We'll take it into contribution. So I'm expecting to see my name tonight. That worries me. It worries me because I like this group, and I've put in a lot of hard work over the last 3 days to try and get myself into a good position, but just a bad immunity challenge performance is all it really takes to have your dreams crushed. And so tonight I'm worried, but hopefully things go the way I think they're gonna go, and in the end it's me back here tomorrow and Sophie gone, and that would be the ideal outcome. Welcome, Brawn Tribe, to Tribal Council. Ben, you guys had a massive lead. What went wrong? Well, probably the throwing, but if you ask me, I think the other tribes got lucky with the throwing. Ben, we'd still be there. You guys were nowhere near them. So Tom, it was obviously Roger who probably didn't put up the performance in the throwing. Does that instantly make him a target? Well, we're a Brawn tribe, so we're expected to win challenges, and with such a big lead and it got choked away like that, you might think so. However, throwing is not really a Brawn person's talent, is it? It's like lifting stuff and stuff like that. So yeah, I don't think it actually hurts Roger's chances at all. Sophie, outside the challenge, what's tribe life been like? Been great, Jeff. I don't think the shelter's all too good. I mean, we have been eating all right, and overall, I think the tribe is going to struggle really with 5 people, because we've been working well as a group for 3 days. So I think it's going to be very disappointing that we have to vote somebody off. And I know who I'm voting for, and I'm sorry I have to do it, but yeah, we're a unified tribe, I think. So this decision's hard. Roger, knowing that you could be on the chopping block tonight, what has been your process? Just try and convince people not to vote me, really. I don't know what else I could really do. If I can convince enough people to let me stay, I should be alright, but I'm still worried, Jeff. Alright, with that it is. Time to vote. Amanda, you'll start us off. Sophie, I'm sorry. I think it's either you or me tonight, and this vote just kind of speaks for itself. Roger, you are a really great guy. However, I just think taking you deep into this game is just a bit too risky. I'm sorry, but you've got to go. I'll tally the votes. If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now will be the time to do so. No? Okay, once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Roger. That's 1 vote Roger. Second vote, Sophie. That's 1 vote Roger, 1 vote Sophie. Third vote, Sophie. That's 2 votes Sophie. Fourth vote, Roger. We are tied again. 2 votes Sophie, 2 votes Roger, 2 votes left. Fifth vote, Sophie. That's 3 votes Sophie, 2 votes Roger, 1 vote left. The final vote, and the first person voted out of Survivor, Patagonia. Sophie. Sophie, that's 4, that's enough for tonight. I'll need you to bring me your torch. Sophie, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go. Well, tonight was a split decision, and it is only your first vote. You have many more to go on your incredible journey out here in Patagonia. How will you pave your own journey? Only time will tell. Grab your torches and back to camp. Good night. I feel horrible right now. This is the worst feeling ever. I didn't want any of this, but unfortunately it's what I get dealt.
I mean, I don't know really where it went wrong. I thought they had a much better challenge performance than Roger, but overall that just tells you where this tribe's mindset is. It's a Brawn tribe, they're not the smartest group of people. Well, who knows, this may have been a big move by their part, which if it is, good for them, but I just don't think it was the right decision in my opinion.
I mean, I knew what I was up against. Roger was well liked by everybody, so of course this was always going to be hard. But I'm just surprised. I mean, he kind of butchered that challenge and they decided to keep him around over me.